Hello guys, welcome to the crown jewel of Formula 1, the Monaco Grand Prix, and we are struggling. Oh boy, practice didn't go too well for us. We're really not on the pace, as you can see. I'm gonna scroll all the way down. We're struggling a little bit. Maybe the setup, hopefully the setup changes for qualifying will work. I actually have to put a setup on the car, but coming through the last corner, obviously there's only 10 cars in this qualifying session. It's down to the group style that we have in F2. We come across the line and set a 120.1. That is a solid lap time. But given the drivers we're competing against in this group, that is not too difficult at all. 4.5 minutes to go in qualifying. We're going to looking to go even faster. We can see we're 12 seconds up. So the delta is broken. The delta doesn't work. I saw this in one of Ben's videos, and sure enough, we was barely even a tenth up. You see, we're half a second faster. We're down in the middle sector compared to everybody else. We're going to come into the thing, and we're going to see if we got poles. So if you guys aren't familiar with how qualifying in F2 works around Monaco, all the teams are split up into two groups. Second drivers one tier, first drivers other tier. They both battle it out, and whoever gets the fastest time overall then dictates a starting order. So if a person in Group 1 has their overall faster time, then they'll start P1, P3, P5, P7, so on. And then if you get obviously the fastest time in the second group, as opposed to the first group, then you'll start 2, 4, 6, and so on and so forth. So it's all meshed together, which is pretty cool. So we're going to have a look in a minute and see how well we did. We topped our group by about half a second. It's going to be interesting to see what the other did. And we can see a Prema on the starting grid, so that could either be our car or it could be Mick's car. Now, I'm not saying I don't believe in Mick to get pole position, but I don't believe in Mick to get pole position. So we're going to have a look at the grid, see where Mick is. But, I mean, obviously I'm hoping it's going to be ourselves, and which in fact it is. We are on the first row of the grid with Antoine Hubert, Mick Schumacher P4. So in fact, if we qualify P2, Mick would then be starting P3, so it would be a 2-3 for Prema. Nonetheless, 1-4 is pretty good as well, and obviously you can see how the rest of the field is set up, with all the drivers then being split up and down the grid. Javier Goodison, P20, shock. But we're ready to get this on the way. We've got a short run into turn 1, and if we can, if we can get in there, then it probably won't be too bad. But nonetheless, off for the formation lap, and it's definitely going to struggle, to say the least. If we can get a good start, then obviously that's ideal. But if we can't, then we're going to be in a bit of trouble, to be fair, aren't we? But we're going to do what we can, and if we can actually get to turn 1 in the lead, that's obviously going to be ideal. We've got Hubert to the left, who actually ended up winning this race in the 2019 season, but we're ready for the lights to go out. They go out relatively quickly, bit of wheel spin. We cover off everybody who will try and make a move into our inside. We cover Hubert. Lacey actually got the jump on Hubert very briefly, dived the upper inside. I think he made a bit of contact with us. Mick's dropped down to P5, so that's not great for him. Nobuharu P4. So it's interesting how they've all shaped up a little bit and shaking around the order as we manage just to hold position. We're not going to try to push too hard. Obviously, I'm conscious of the gearbox. I think that's going to make it very tedious Grand Prix. 21 laps of essentially lifting, coasting, short shifting, yellow flag, which is always great. So someone's obviously had a bit of a mare in the background. We come through. I just hope that's not going to be one of our cars. But so yeah, it's going to be a very tedious race for ourselves, making sure we manage the gearbox. Hubert gets a great run off of that corner. I'm going to give him a bit of space, and he actually backs out of it as we were side by side, so maybe he didn't think he was able to make that move stick. But we'll have to see how it goes. But coming on to the end of lap 2, we're starting to push a little bit now, trying to get the fastest lap pretty early on. That way we get the extra points regardless of where we finish. Not a great final sector on our behalf, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. Nikita Mazepin, of all people, actually gets the fastest lap, so we're going to have to push again. As you can see, we got a little bit of a gap to Hubert, nothing major. But obviously, when we are putting our foot down, we are building a little bit of a gap, but not enough to obviously warrant the damage we'll be doing to our gearbox. So we're going to come in, and this is where things get interesting. We're going to need a good pit stop and a good outlap to make sure we actually keep our position of P1. Our tyres aren't looking great; they're looking pretty grim. You can see there's not really a lot of cars there. If the boys could put the tyres on pretty quickly, that would be amazing. You can see the team ahead of us pulling their car out. That probably would have been for King. So luckily King doesn't hinder us for this race. We haven't seen hide no hair of Jordan King so far, and we're actually going to manage to come out P11 again, usually where you'd expect to come out, obviously with the 10 cars ahead of you. We missed the part of the track we're supposed to follow for the pit exit, but we obviously come out in the lead not by much. You can see Hubert is actually nowhere to be seen. So I'm not sure what happened to Hubert. Lacey now P2, Mick up to P4 obviously. We now take the fastest lap on this rubber. And Lacey is on the back of us, like he's diving it down our inside, so he's being very robust. As we get a bit sideways on the exit, we give him a bit of room, and all of a sudden he spins around and he's going to block the track just behind us. So I'm not sure how much contact there was between us, if we could have done anything. There's a safety car, of course, a car blocking the track. So Lacey drops down, Schumacher's up to P4, Boccolacci's just there, Nobuharu. And we're going to have a look at a replay, and you can see he dives it down there, Charles Leclerc style. And then we get a bit sideways on the exit. We give him plenty of room, and he just hits his rear tyre, Charles Leclerc style, on the edge of the thing. But so this is Nobuharu coming up to follow the safety car. So the safety car's going to pull over because he's gone past us. Nobuharu hits him. So Nobuharu hits the safety car halfway up the hill. You can see him going there. And then Boccolacci just goes straight into the back of the safety car. So two cars who are P2 and P3 are out. So that's Nobuharu. And now Mick has managed to find his way into P2. So forgive me if I'm writing this race off too soon, but I'm not going to push the restart. I don't want Mick to be overtaken or myself. I think we're in pretty good contention for a Prema 1-2 here, because the team's going to be on the blower. Do not overtake your teammate. We want to finish 1-2. Just chill your beans, Mick. So I'm content. I mean, obviously I said in the last video, I'm content that I've got the pace advantage on Mick, so I'm not going to have to worry too much about, you know, trying to overtake him too aggressively or anything like that. So we're in a really good spot here at the moment. So if we can hold on to this position, that'll be a mega result for us here at Prema. Obviously, you know, 1-2 leading our teammate is obviously how you'd want it. Very, very deep into their hairpin, a bit of a mistake there. Probably getting a bit carried away thinking about the 1-2, but all the way to the final lap. Yeah, Mick just didn't have any opportunities. He didn't go for it when he did have an opportunity. So, you know, Team Orders has played the blinder there. And obviously it gives us the win here in Monaco. So we're going to come across the line and win the feature race in Monaco, which is incredibly hard to do. And yeah, mate, that was actually insane that the safety car took out two cars, which obviously then promoted Mick up into P2. Mahavir Raghunathan got driver of the day. What? Are you having a bubble? Like, I don't care where he finished, right? Mick should get driver of the day. You know, starting, well, he started P3, but either way, right, he doesn't deserve that. I'm sorry, he doesn't. Callum Ilott is on the podium, who is currently our championship rival, to be fair. He is the closest driver to ourselves, and it's going to be hard. See if he can keep up with us. Obviously, we gained quite a bit on of an advantage on him. You got the Renault driver Guan Yu Zhou, P10. He's having a difficult season, is Zhou, so it's going to be hard to see him trying to fight for the championship. Callum Ilott's doing well, Jordan King, Boccolacci, and Mick. You know, Mick's been on a run of form recently. He's been on a great run of form. He's got back-to-back podiums. He was P4 in the first race in Spain, as we do a Lando Norris, bang it on the podium, and then obviously celebrate. It's good to see two red racing suits up there. It's definitely probably been a long time coming, to be fair, as our teammate's getting soaked. He just doesn't want any of it, does he? Bless him. But yeah, fantastic result for ourselves. Obviously with the fastest lap, 27 points in the bag, 9 points more than our teammate, and obviously 12 points more than our closest championship rival, which is Callum Ilott. So we've got a 44-point gap and a 76-point gap in the constructors. You know what? That's actually mega. And like I said in the last video, we're going to do both races in one video. Obviously Monaco being subsequently a bit slow and not a lot happening. Obviously I think it makes more sense to bang two into one, so that's going to really mess up my YouTube videos in terms of numerical order, but I would just have to get over that. But obviously starting P8 here in the Principality, but we're going to see what we can do. We've got Mick obviously P7, Ilott P6. It's going to be interesting. There's Claire obviously doing an interview. Hubert, I don't know what happened to him. He looked really good for P2, and he just disappeared. Not sure what happened to him. Sergio Sette Camera not having a great season, P14 after last race, but we want to see what we can do and see if we can get back up the field as quick as we can. We have to push pretty hard and take no prisoners if we want to get up into P8. On the end of the formation, we can see Aitken. Not sure why, but he was a bit slow down the back. But we are ready for the lights to go out here in Monaco. We've got our teammate, see if we can get a jump on him pretty early. We're going to have to clear him pretty quickly if we want to try and get up to the front pack of the field. We've got Latifi with an absolute belter of a start. We're going to see if we can send it up his inside into turn 1, but he did pretty well to defend that, to be fair. So we're down to P9 already. Latifi got a godly start. No idea how he got such a good start there. But Mick Schumacher trying to go around the outside of Callum Ilott, which is a brave move from him. And obviously we're going to see if we can squeeze past Latifi at any point. They're both going side by side. That slows down Latifi. It gives us an opportunity to dive it down the inside of possibly our teammate too. But after a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, we're going to back off there and just leave it. But Mick Schumacher, he's put in a bit of a gap really. So obviously we're going to buckle down, no saving. We're going to commit all the way through this and try and get past him as quick as possible. He goes incredibly slow. We make contact. He's in the wall. We've lost the tyre and it's all over the gaff. Like, Jesus Christ. After yesterday's race, now we're both in the wall come lap 2. So let's break this down. So obviously I'm up behind Mick. He slows down a lot more than I thought he would. I obviously go into the back of him, lose my front wing, so I've got lack of downforce. He's being pushed around into the wall, and then his rear end obviously ends up taking our tyre off. But, oh mate, that's outrageous. That's outrageous. You can see just the overspeed going into that corner really caught us out, and obviously that's both Prama's out. I would personally say that's a racing incident, although it's my job to make sure I'm overtaking a car and make sure I do it cleanly. So probably going to get a slap on the wrist from Prema after having such an amazing result. And you could probably guess as to why both Monaco races are in the same episode. But Nicholas Latifi, after having a mega start, wins the first race of the season for him. He did absolutely bits, Mazepin, and oh my lord, did I just see what I think I saw? Hold on. We got Correa P9, P5. Oh, that's a gain of 5 positions. Right. I just saw a car in the top 3. You can't be serious. Where is it? Where is he? Oh, he's only gone and done it, hasn't he? He's only got a podium. Right, that's it. I'm ending it here for myself. I'll let you guys watch the celebrations and look at the standings. If you enjoyed this video, guys, please do slap a like on it. Helps me out massively. And subscribe if you're new around Formula 1 content. That is outrageous that he's holding up champagne. I'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. The gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race for our championship leader. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Well, after